Hi guys, welcome back to Allotment Diggers. Well, doing a bit of wincing today. I had a nasty fall the other day putting me runner beans in, and I fell right back onto them canes we've got the bottles on. And now if it didn't have the bottle on top, it would have basically gone straight through me. I was very fortunate. So when people ask me why you got the bottles on top of your canes, well, that's the reason, rather than going through you. But I think I broke a rib in the back here, and every time I breathe in I get a real nasty pain in my chest, all here, just down here it is, and yeah, it's not very nice, but we're still alive. Everyone keeps telling me go to the doctors or go away in the A&E, but can't be bothered. I'm on enough painkillers anyway to deaden the pain, and can't do that for you. Not with broken ribs. I've had broken ribs before, so but not in the back. It's usually in the front. And anyway, I've got a lot of videos to show you. We did these videos before I had the accident, before I fell backwards onto the bloody canes. And well, the first one is we did the outside here. We trimmed the outside path where the road is. We trimmed the road, in other words. We did a couple of plots up and a couple of plots down, and I actually did all my brother's plot, done all his paths for him and everything. So let me show you me doing a bit of that. Right, we're going to start the strimmer up right now. Back up. Well, that's my bit. Now I'll concentrate on a few other people's, like my brother's plot. It's a bloody disgrace. So I'll be back later, guys. I'm just going to put the camera to one side now, and we're going to crack on. So yeah, that little Leco strimmer that we've got there, it's absolutely mustard, guys. It goes on and on and on. It's just like me. It's absolutely awesome. I have got a couple more. I did have another 3. I had 3 in total, 4 in total. I give my mate Bill, who watches my videos, I give him one. Well, I didn't give it him, I sold it him for what I paid for it, 30 quid. I got a better one for cheaper, but I give it him for what I paid for it, so I didn't make out of it. I'm not here to make anything out off anyone, but anyway, I sold it him for 30 quid. And he was dead chuffed with it. He started off with it, and I left him to it. So this is all you do, you just pull the cord like that, bum 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 bum. It's just like, not really ripping it, and it just kicked in. Fantastic. Showed him how to do it. So I disappeared. Anyhow, I come back about 2 hours later, and he's got a face as long as an horse. And I pulls up and said, "What's up with you?" He said, "The strimmer's broke." And I thought, oh my god, I've not sold him a dodgy strimmer. I said, what's happened to it? Thinking he's blown the motor or something. He says, replace the cable, and I hadn't tightened the nut. I said, I've started strimming and the nuts flew off and I can't find it. So I said, where was your stud? And he'll confirm it with me. I said, where was your stud? He says, here. So I said, get away from there then, and let me stand in your footprints. Now he'd been looking for an hour and a half. And I looked down, and he's got like a gully what runs along the side of it. Is another lad's plot, George's plot, and it's like a drainage. And upside down in this drainage, underneath the water, there it was. I just caught a glimpse of the screw. Anyway, I took it out, screwed it back on for him. I said to him, now Bill, paint the bloody thing white, and your warranty run out 5 minutes ago on that strimmer, so don't break it again. Anyway, he's still using it. He's been I saw him there with it the other day doing this. So what I'm saying is, I give him that strimmer, he took his strimmer home and I've took mine home. We don't leave any strimmers, any sort of petrol tools on the allotments. They all get taken away. Nobody keeps them here because of the little tea leaves. We've had a couple of inspections in the sheds where they've gone looking for it, they've seen it and they're leaving us alone now, touch wood. But we don't leave anything, so them strimmers, what you see me, that one we see me using there, that's home in my shed. And good luck with getting in my shed. Even I can't get in my shed, I can't even get in that shed, let alone the one at home. But yeah, so we trimmed the front part, so I thought, well, let's continue the tidy up. And we had all the beds at the front with all the daffodils and tulips, and were all dying back, so we cut them all right down to the floor. We've left the bulbs in. I decided to do the 2 planters as well, and we took all the foliage out of there. We piled in a load of clover multi-purpose. We just put that in neat, because inside that clover, what everyone's been going on about and moaning about, all the bits in the clover, well, all them bits are really, really good for the for holding moisture in your planters and in your hanging baskets. It's called loam. That woolly stuff, it retains it soaks up the water and it stops your planters from drying out. So we piled that in. We put 4 inches of soil on top of all the flowers, what was all the bulbs. They'll stay in there through the winter, and up they'll come in spring, next spring. But what we decided to do was to put some summer flowers in there. So we've got a selection of flowers which have actually grown on the allotments, the yellow flag irises, we put marigolds in there, and there was already some lilies, and there's a few more surprises yet to come up in them planters. So I'm going to show you me actually doing the planting now, replanting. Hi guys, well this is me planter at the side of my shed. We've removed all the dead tulips and daffodils and crocuses tops. We've left all the tulips in and everything in there. We just added another 3 inches of compost into the actually more like 4 inches into the container or the planter. And what we're going to do now, what you're looking at here, we've got these 5 lilies here, and what we're going to do, we're going to surround them with these yellow flag irises that have grown. And let's take one out of the pot, we can get one. As you can see, the roots really well, and the beautiful little plant. And well, let's put that back there for the moment. So we're going to put 9 of them in this planter and 9 in the other. And what I suggest when you're doing anything like this, you get some plant pots. In total here there's 9, okay, and what I suggest you do, you put them around, and then you work out where they're going to look good, okay. Maybe a couple in the middle, so you want some, actually, there we go. So you get the idea, you're just creating a pattern where you're going to be putting them. So so it looks uniform, everything looks, whichever angle you look at, you're looking at it in this, you're looking at it from all different angles, and it looks the same basically. So I've got my plant pots, and we've sort of got an idea where we're going to put these 9. And what we're going to do, we're going to put these in, then we're going to put some marigolds in after that. So that's what we're doing. I'm just going to set the camera up, and then we can get started. But you get the idea. So you've got 5 here. Unfortunately, I've only got 4 lilies. These are lilies, by the way. And this time of year, you want to be starting inspecting for the lily beetle. You'll soon see signs where the lily beetle has been eating them, and then look very carefully in between the leaves, and they're like a little red beetle. And what happens is, a crafty little buggers, If you go anywhere near them, what they do, they fall over, they fall off the plant, and they lie upside down in the soil, so you can't, so you can't see them. Then a couple of hours later, they're back up munching them. So be very careful if you see one. Try and get some tweezers or something and take them off, because they'll just destroy your plant. But yeah, the lily beetle's got a knack of falling off the plant on its back, and it doesn't move, and it's very hard to see once it does that. But you can't miss them. Like I say, they're more like a reddish beetle. In fact, I did see one or two on me lilies down there, but I've managed to get them off. But yeah, inspect your lilies and you'll be good to go. But do it once a week, and the telltale signs are your leaves are being nibbled. So if you see that, check your plants vigorously. Right, so we've got the pots where we sort of want them. I'm gonna move them about a little bit more, get my tape measure out, and then we're going to start putting some of these irises in. It should look wonderful with the marigolds. So yeah, again, this is the fourth lot of flowers what we've got in here. Maybe the fifth lot if you're counting these as the fourth. These will be the fifth, and this is hopefully we're going to try and continue this through the summer months as well. It's right next to the shed and the benches, and I want something to look at while I'm sat down watching the birds. So let's crack on and let's get started. Well, that's where I want them, so right, so that's basically where we want to put them. So next thing I'm going to do is obviously get them put in. We don't have to faff about with the compost. It's very, very, you can stick your hands in and away you go. So move that out of the way. That's the first one. We're going to give these a good watering as well. plenty of water because they do love water. I'm going to stick one more right in the centre, right next to that lily. Good root system on it. There we go. So they're the yellow flags, yellow flag irises. So we've got sort of a pattern there. Now we're going to put marigolds around the outside. So I'm going to get some marigolds, guys, and I'll be right back. I'm going to show you the marigolds what we're going to be using. So guys, these are the marigolds which we're going to be putting in, and I've grown these from seeds. So I'm just working out. I'm going to go 4 round each side. So that's what we're doing. So all they do is these should just lift out. No, look at that beautiful little root system there. So it's just a matter of one in the corner. Makes it easier, this. One in each corner. Do the corners first. Now then, one there, one here. So let's see what we're doing. Keeping it all uniform. Another 2 for the other side. What I might do is put a few round here as well, round the centre. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Might be able to put 7 marigolds round the centre as well. I did notice a berserker, guys. I've got a berserker in my what we got here, tomato, and another tomato. They sneaked in, so we would have put them in. We would have had tomatoes, so I've got to be careful what we do here. But yeah, that's a tomato and that's a tomato. You can see the like little feathers on them, little hairs on the bottom of them tomatoes. The others, well, they're just straight. But yeah, a couple of berserkers there. So anyway, make sure they're not going in. Quickly just make sure that all these are the same as well. I think yeah, they are. So I would have noticed. Right, so we're going to put a few more in. Right, quite happy with that. Now to give them a drink of water. So as you saw there, we've done that one. It's mirror image of the other one down here. So yeah, we got that done. And I thought we still got a bit more some more of the plants to take the tops off yet. I'll show you them on the tour. But we have been cleaning the beds, systematically going through the beds, and cleaning them all away. We will be putting the dahlias in shortly, but I've got the dahlias here. I'm terrified of putting them out at the moment because my mate's got some out and the frost got them the other night. Got his and took the tops off and they're starting to recover, but I don't want to put these, are nearly 2.5 foot tall. We've actually got some outside at the moment which are coming up, so I'm confident that we can put these out probably the end of this week. So watch this space with them. But yeah, the next thing we did was to do the runner beans. Now let me show you the two varieties that we're going to be putting up against the wigwams. All these beans are ready for going out. They're getting quite tall, and we did these the 13th of the 4th when we sold them. We got the red rum runner beans, which are these ones here, and the ones at the back are called Supermole runner beans, or Supermole Bartlett beans, and that's these ones there. So at the back, so there's two varieties of beans, and as you can see, this one's about 2 foot tall. So we need to start thinking about taking these out of here. So that's the next thing we need to do. And they look pretty healthy. You wouldn't have thought they fell off the shelf in the front greenhouse. All of them come crashing to the ground, but they just survived and they look okay. So these will be going out up the wigwams very shortly. So you've seen the varieties. Now I actually going to show you a little video of me actually putting them in. We put some fleece around it. That's when I had my accident and I fell backwards onto a bloody cane. Lucky the bottle was on the end of it, otherwise I would have been speared through it. Although casualties only 150 metres away from my plot, believe it or not. My plot backs onto the hospital. How cool's that? But anyway, I'm going to show you this video now, and like I say, we put this green fleece around it just to protect them for the next couple of weeks. Anyway. Okay, these are the red rum, and some of them are quite big, and some of them are smaller. These are quite big. These ones are a little bit smaller, but nonetheless, we're going to stick them in anyway, and. Fingers crossed we don't get any more hard frosts, and I think they should do okay. So anyway, I'm going to set the camera up now, and we're going to be planting these. And there is a right way and a wrong way to actually plant these, which I'll be showing you in a moment or two. So these are the red rum runner beans, okay? Yeah, some of these beans are quite tall, and well, they're pot bound as well, and that's simply because we've not had the confidence to put them out yet. And they're quite tall these, so what the best way to do it is to wrap them round clockwise around the wigwams. Some are tall, some ain't tall, and it's all down to, you can see the chicken and horse manure there, which is actually just underneath the soil, so they've got plenty of food, these plants. Just gently teasing the roots out. Nice, these are the roots, beautiful, and in they go. Again, clockwise is the way to go. So there we go, guys. That's the first slot, the red rum. So we're going to swing the camera around now, and we're going to do the other side. Well, we've got the red rum and the Supreme Blotty beans in, and as you can see, the red rum's flying up the canes there, although they was growing twice as fast as the others. But even now, with it coming to the end of May, there's still a big chance of frost, so I'm going to put fleece around these just to protect them, because I know just how delicate they are. And yeah, they should fly up these canes in the next couple of weeks. They should be at the top of them, hopefully. Anyway, that's it. We're going to cover them up now. Like I say, we put some fleece around the beans to protect them. It's not too warm today. It's very windy. However, it's not the wind I'm bothered about. It's the frost. And well, we've got them like little pigs in blankets, them runner beans, so they should be okay. But that's one job put to bed. Now to crack on with another. So there was good roots, and there was really tall. I think the red rum, I think it was called. There was nearly 3 foot tall, some of them. Although the others slightly smaller. Like I say, I'm having I've got my arm tucked in here at the moment. Every time I breathe in, I get like a pain here underneath my lung here. But luckily for me, we got all these jobs done before I had the accident. And so what I'm going to do now, showing you all that, we'll take you on a bit of a tour and show you the rest of the plot and what's going on. So let me take you on a bit of a walk around. Well, as you know, we've cut the grass here, and well, up to my brother's plot. We've got a southerly. Well, it's swirling, it's all over the show. It's blowing from the south, then it's the east, then it's the west. So we've got swirling winds here today. And it's pretty strong wind as well. It's around about 8-9 mile an hour. Could be 10 at looking at that there. At the moment it's blowing an easterly wind in. Anyway, let's have a look in the greenhouses, have a bit of a walk around and show you what's been happening. Well, them Musselburgh leeks are almost ready for going out. Now, happening with the loquats yet. As you see, the cosmos has been planted. We did that earlier. All this lot's got to come out of here shortly. Some tomatoes up there, more tomatoes over there, and there's some cucumbers and what have you. Oh, the foxglove's starting to flower there. How cool's that? Didn't think that was going to flower. I didn't think it was going to survive, but it started to flower. Anyway, it rained last night, and it rained all yesterday, and we're only just coming on today to do a little bit. Cold frame's closed at the moment. Inside there we've got strawberries, and there's all sorts of other flowers in there. As you can see, we've done the beds now, and they're looking pretty good. Everything's coming up a pace. As you can see, the bed's sodden, and this is what we've really needed. We needed it to rain, and thank God it has done. The strawberries have picked up. You can see all the gladiolas coming up now. We're just going to take these nets and move them back a bit, because what's happening is they're actually stopping the gladiolas. So move that over to one side. We're going to be moving these back here a bit, so we still keep the nets on the strawberries, stop the birds grabbing them. As you can see, we cleared the bed here, for all the daffodils have been taken out, and well, the lilies and gladiolas are coming up around here. and there's loads of fruit on these bushes. This is the one what we transplanted earlier in the year, and it's full of fruit. That one's full of fruit. In fact, they're all full of fruit. Sedum here is sort of fused into the Aspelia, and the Aspelia is starting to flower now. So these should look really lovely, and they'll be full of bees in a few weeks' time, if not sooner. This bed here, well, as you can see, the red and white currants are doing fine. We've got some strawberries in there, and we've got loads of gladiolas coming up all the way around, and they'll all be different colours. I think the only problem here is we've killed one of the roses. This is a beautiful little rose, started to get a few buds on it. However, we've somehow managed to kill this one here, and I've got no idea why it's dead, but it's dead. Again, we mirrored this planter with that planter over there, and we've got the yellow flag irises, marigolds and lilies here so far. There's a few more surprises in that bed. Some dahlias coming up here, so we're going to be putting the dahlias out if we can. But then again, it's blowing pretty strong wind here today, so I don't know whether it's the wisest thing to do. You can see berries, currants all over these bushes. Rhubarb's doing pretty good along here. These gooseberries, we've actually got gooseberries on these trees. They're grafted onto some tree stock. Alliums looking really good, beautiful flowers on them alliums. We've still got to tidy up along the back here, but you can see the sunflowers in these pots which we've just done behind them. Once they've all gone, you'll see them a lot better. The roses, well, on this side over the top of the arch now. This one's got a bit of catching up to do, but yeah, so it's took about 2-3 years for that to climb up there, unfortunately. Again, we've got another red currant there full of fruit, and we've only just got them, and inside there you can see lots of flowers coming up in the pots. We put a few flowers in the pots as well. Again, we've got to just tidy along the back here, but all this has all been cleared along here. That's a beautiful Afghan poppy there. It's about 6 inches across, that flower, and there's quite a few others on there, and there's another Afghan poppy just starting to come up there behind the sedum. But that one there is absolutely awesome. I'm surprised it's still here after all that rain, and especially this wind what we've got. But oh, by the way, someone's not told these daffodils it's the end of May, and these are absolutely wonderful. So I've left these ones in, and you can see some roses here. They'll soon be flowering soon. You can see buds on them. Figs started to come back to life. More alliums along the back here, and obviously the little Leo sunflowers have well, they're a lot stronger and sturdier now, and you've got the marigolds behind them. Golden, I can't remember what that one is. I know that one's mint. The other one next door, Bloody Sorrow. The one in the middle is oregano, golden oregano, I think, oregano or whatever. You see some irises starting to pop up here. There's more alliums there. Some beautiful alliums at the back there. Oh, little bird just got in the nest box then. Yeah, you've got birds nesting in there. There you go, see that then? So you can hear babies in the nest box now. So, and there's in the other side as well. There's birds nesting in the other. So there's 1, 2, one there, one under this table, and in that green cupboard there's some wrens nesting in the cupboard, robins underneath the table, and there's three pairs of blue tits here. Anyway, moving on down. The celery and the celeriac's doing okay, and the pat choi's starting to go to seed for some reason. I don't know what's going on there. Sunflowers, big sunflowers, they need to go out, and I need to clear all these things out of here, out of the way. There's some poppies down there, and there's more flowers underneath, and some arters, and there's all sorts of things in here. This grapevine's had it. I got some Jay's fluid last year, and it hasn't recovered, so we're going to be taking this out, I think. We'll give it one more year and then it's coming out, but we're going to start another one off. We'll take a cutting from the one in the middle, the front greenhouse, and we'll use that as a new grapevine. I'll show you how I actually take a cutting. It's dead simple. Just basically cut back to a node and stick it in the ground, and normally will just root, so it's not rocket science. Moving on down to the back part of the plot where all the veg is. You can see the onions are starting to fill out here. Well, I don't know if you can see them. I can't really bend down too much. I think I broke me rib. I'll tell you more about that in a minute. By the way, that's lemon balm either side the bench there. Me raw beans, well, they're doing okay. The broom banana slots are doing okay. The beetroot's doing okay, starting to come up. Darter onions are doing okay. Behind them, in the blue thing, is some red sun shallots, where we're going to be sticking some of that pat choy, I think, in there shortly. There me girls, up to no good. I've got to go and collect the eggs in a bit. Got them a few treats as well. We have got the roof in the shed now. We brought the roof down, so we're going to be replacing that roof. It's the same wood and everything, except for it's covered in a waterproof membrane, and it's just a matter of removing 4 rivets and putting 4 rivets back in, and then there's 7 panels there on this side that need replacing. The other side's fine. Anyway, oh, this is blown down. These are me. What the hell? These are me runner beans, and well, they're still alive. That's the main thing. I didn't think they'd survive. We put them in yesterday. Took a chance. Just pull that up there. It needs to sort that out a little bit better. It's just to give them a bit of protection for the time being. In a couple of weeks' time we'll remove this. Potatoes. Dun 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 dun. Well, the swift are up. Started to push through now. No sign in the car at the moment. This pond is absolutely alive with tadpoles, and there's frogs in there as well. Trust me, I can't wait for these little frogs to be bouncing all over everywhere, eating all the slugs. But it's absolutely covered in tadpoles. Here's a good bit of news as well. These are rose trees. The pink one there is doing wonderfully. Red one over there is doing wonderfully. The yellow flag irises are doing awesomely. We're going to take more seeds from them this year. The lemon balm is doing wonderfully. The aspeleas, you can't see it because this lemon balm's taken over, but the aspelia, we're going to move that to where the dead oh god, bay tree is. There's actually still growth in that bay tree, so we're going to cut everything away and just leave the little bit what's there. It was doing alright until I drilled holes into the pot. It's been underwater for the last 4 months, and that's the reason why it's dead. But we drained the water off it. It was still alive at that point, but we drained the water and it's just killed it. So yeah, it's a bit sad, but you do have casualties. The bay tree, the fig tree's coming alive here as well. So that's pretty cool about the spuds. They've only just come up today. The garlic, well, will be coming out shortly. The spears here tells me it won't be far away. And what we do, you don't throw these away, you cut these off and chop them up and stick them in your wok and use them as a stir fry. But yeah, we'll be putting a celery, celeriac, and I've got a load of other things, cabbages, and we'll put the covers back over once we've removed all this garlic. And as you can see, the garlic's doing pretty well. What else have we got going on? Well, the onions here. Today I'm going to lift this net right up, and these are doing fine as well. The potatoes, well, we've got covered in fleece. We always keep these covered in fleece until basically the end of June. And I can tell you, underneath this fleece, these are doing wonderfully. We've had the fleece on these since I actually put them in the buckets in this bed, and as you can see how the net's lifting off them. If I take this net off now, I'm just going to show you a quick look at what the potatoes look like underneath. I'll just move that brick to one side, and well, look at that foliage there, guys. You tell me, putting a fleece on top of the potatoes permanently does them any damage, and I'll laugh at you, because they look absolutely pristine and mint. We take it off to water them. Put this brick back on there, just stops it blowing away. The air gets underneath it, circulates. We will be lifting them bricks off there to let the fleece move about over the middle. But you got these are the first earlies, second earlies, and the ones in the middle are the main crop. That's why the ones in the middle ain't as high. But yeah, these are pretty awesome, very good these. I think there's 40 odd buckets of spuds in there. With them 4 over there, it's nearly 50 buckets. So what we will be doing as well shortly is putting some beer into these little spaceship things I've got. You're probably wondering what the hell spaceship these. They're not Wilkinson's, from Home and Bargains. You get 2 for £1. And they unscrew. What you do, you put beer in there, just put them on your tree, and it attracts all the wasps and flies, and it keeps them off easy. And we're going to be doing that tomorrow. We're going to be putting the beer into these. I haven't got the beer yet. I'd ask some of my mates have they got any beer that they don't want, but yeah, I can't see that happening. So it looks like I'm going to have to buy some. And I feel really, really weird going in the shop and asking for some beer, because I've not had a drink in 30 odd years. Oh, there you go. But look at all these apples here, guys. Everywhere you look, right the way up the top. Who says I thought they only grow on the is it the lateral? Oh, they're actually growing straight up. These everywhere. This bramley is covered in apples, and next door to it's another bramley. It's always wise to have a couple of bramleys next door to each other. And we've got a little Cox's pippin here. These ones here, you can see these fruit all over these, and same with these ones here. This is another one. This keeps I snapped twice this with the weight. It might not snap again. And yeah, we're almost full circle now. These alliums look lovely. I love like a little round ball, little sphere, and there's bees all over them, especially them honey bees. And there's some lupins there, guys. Lupins have managed to survive. My culling, we thought we had them all out last year. Clearly we haven't. But yeah, we'll take all these daffodils and tulips, the rest of them out later on in the week. They're starting to go yellow now, like the rest of them did. So there we go. That's what the plot's looking like. Anyway, let's get back into the insect greenhouse. So there you go. Plot's looking absolutely, well, I think it's looking fairly good. We've still got a bit more tidying up to do there at the back where the trees are. I will be putting the beer into the into them wasp traps very shortly. Everything's coming on how I'd like to see it coming on. We've got a lot of stuff in the greenhouses that we need to get out of here. We've actually got to start putting the tomatoes in. I was going to do it today, but when I come to look for my canes, someone's had them, so I need to get some more from the shop tomorrow, and then we're going to do them. The allotment shop opens Sunday for an hour and a half, and that's all I need to get in there to get my canes. I need 24 vertical 6 foots, and I need 4 lateral 8 foots, and then we can get the different selections of tomatoes in. We get the cucumbers in as well, and we should be good to go. Anyway, yeah, that's it really for this one. Like I say, we've got the roof for the chickens down here now, and what I'm going to do now is cover my strawberries with the fleece to protect them, because like I say, we're getting these cold snaps, and they've been taking, there's a lot of people losing the tops off the potatoes, and some of the strawberries, they're actually getting frostbitten on the actual flowers are going black in the middle, which tells you, you know, they've got frostbite. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the video. Last thing before we go, quick update on the bird, which people asked some help in identifying. It turns out it's called, it's a white-throated common warbler. So there you go. That's what that little bird is. There's about 20 odd comments, and 90% of you said that's what that was. I thought it was a nightingale. They look very similar, although some people would say they don't look nothing like each other. But then again, when you're blind as a bat like me, you know, second opinions are definitely needed. And who knows, I might get a second opinion about my bloody rib. If it gets any worse, I'll do something about it. But at the moment, with the medication I'm on, I'm buzzing. So anyway, guys, thanks for giving the thumbs up, and again, thanks for all the comments, and I'll see you all in the next one. So, from Allotment Diggers, you have a nice day. Goodbye for now.